Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining this Facebook Live event to talk about nursing at Kent State University at Stark. My name is Chrissy Kauth. I am the coordinator of the nursing program. I am also the coordinator of recruitment and retention. Why nursing? Especially why now? In this pandemic, I'm sure you've noticed who the essential people are. They are the people caring and protecting and providing care for the people that need that kind of care. And nurses are at the forefront of that care. We at Kent State University at Stark prepare the finest nurses to be on the forefront. We at Kent State University at Stark have the most phenomenal faculty. We have 11 full-time faculty that have specialties in the area that they currently teach. We have faculty that love what they do. We have faculty that are here for your success. We are committed to that above all. So there are many questions that I usually get about our program at Kent State University at Stark, and I'd love to be able to answer some of those questions for you. Some of them have to do with clinical sites. Some of the clinical sites that we use at Kent State University at Stark include Mercy Medical Center, Altman Hospital, Heartland Behavioral Health, and Akron Children's Medical Center. Those are the primary clinical spots that we utilize for our students once they start doing clinicals. We have small class sizes, which is just absolutely ideal for us to get to know our students, to develop relationships with our students, to ensure that we know what our students need. Once it comes time to do clinicals in the hospital setting, we have an 8-to-1 ratio, meaning that we have 8 students per 1 faculty member in the hospital setting. That way we can ensure that you get the type of experience you need and can provide safe, competent patient care. We have state-of-the-art lab and simulation. The building that we're in at Kent State University at Stark is only 5 years old, and we are blessed to have some of the most amazing equipment. We have high fidelity simulators, which means that we have simulators that are able to be like human beings. We have students that are able to interact with these simulators to practice their skills in a safe learning environment so that they practice these skills prior to actually practicing on real human beings. So we are so proud of these simulators that we have obtained through grants. We are looking forward to hopefully getting more equipment that will contribute to student learnings, but we do this in an environment that contributes to student learning. Some of our Kent State Stark grads are working in a variety of settings right now. We have been offering the Bachelor of Nursing at Kent State Stark for the last 13 years now it's going to be. And our grads, we are so proud of. We have grads that have graduated that are certainly working on the front lines right now, fighting COVID, fighting this pandemic. We have grads that have continued their education and gone on and become nurse practitioners. We have graduates that are now managers and administrators. We have graduates that are flight nurses and doing what they've always wanted to do. And so when you get this degree in nursing, you have so many doors that open for you that you have the choice of doing just about anything that you want to do. It's an amazing thing, nursing. And I can't imagine doing anything else with my life. And I hope that you're able to find the passion in nursing that we have all found. One of the other great things is that we have different study abroad opportunities, and unfortunately, some of those were cut short this year. We're hoping to get those back on board next year. We were supposed to take our first study abroad trip for the START campus this summer, actually, and we were calling it Nursing in Nepal. We are hoping to be able to do that next summer. I know that there are various nursing trips that are offered through the Kent campus that you are welcome to participate in. Some of those would include Florence, Ireland, and various other opportunities, which just totally enhance your learning experience. And I would encourage you to participate in those if you get the chance. Something that I want you to be aware of for our current seniors is that based on the current pandemic situation is that Governor Mike DeWine has put through House Bill 197, which is allowing our current nursing seniors to graduate early so that they can then start working in the forefront of this pandemic and assisting these providers to be providing care to those most in need. So we at Kent State Stark are graduating our seniors a little bit early so that they can get out there and start helping with this cause. And so we'll be sending the list of names to the Ohio Board of Nursing the 1st of May so that they can get out there before they actually take their state boards and start working alongside other nurses to provide the much needed care that is out there. So we're so very proud of our senior nurses for all the hard work and dedication that they've shown during this transitional time. One of the other things I wanted to mention was our tuition at Kent State University at Stark. We feel that we offer a tremendous education for a rate that is like no other. We offer a rate approximately $6,300 a year. That's not per semester, that's per year. And we feel that you get quality education for that. We are your hometown university. We are, for the most part, right here in your backyard. And we want to provide you education that is top-notch, clinical experiences that are like no other, and faculty that are here committed to your success. We have advisors that are committed to ensuring that you get the coursework in the sequence that you need, one of which I hope is on the line answering some of your questions as you send them in. And we work together so phenomenally as a team. We have administrators that support nursing from day one to ensure that our nurses get the experiences that they need as well. We are supported all around from the Kent campus to the Stark campus. I feel so wonderfully blessed to have been a part of this program for as long as I have been. Let me see what other questions here. One of the things that we're going to be attaching in the chat boxes are some links for you. One of them has to do with frequently asked questions, especially if you're a senior, perhaps in high school right now, and you want to know how you can start this nursing program. So it talks about what you need to have as far as ACT and SAT. Now, here's the clincher. I know some of you might have lost out on that opportunity if you were planning on taking it this year. And so if you did not get the opportunity to take an SAT or an ACT, then we are allowing you to come in with a GPA of 3.0. So there might be some other things that we'll ask you to do depending on English or math so that we get you into the correct courses. But right now a 3.0 would get you in. It talks about other required courses from high school. We'd love for you to have already taken biology, chemistry, and algebra. That would be a tremendous help right now. It talks about minimum requirements to get into the professional nursing sequence. So what that means is you take some prerequisites your freshman year, and then the spring of your freshman year, you actually apply to what's called the professional nursing sequence. We used to call it application into the College of Nursing, but we're now calling it into the professional nursing sequence. So you apply, and then we look at all of the applications, and we determine who then is admitted into the nursing sequence. I can tell you that this past year, 2019, 100% of the people that applied that met all the minimum requirements were accepted. So good news there, right? So we want you to know that we have high expectations, but it is possible to get into our program. I know there were some rumors flying around that you can't get in and that you have to have a crazy high GPA. The average GPA for us last year was about a 3.5. And that would be the GPA after your freshman year. So it's high, but it's not unrealistic. So you have to work hard. We're going to hold your feet to the fire. We're going to support you along the way, but we want you to be the best nurses possible. And there's some additional information on the frequently asked questions. The other attachment that's going to be put there is a curriculum sheet, which is essentially a roadmap of courses that you would need to take to be, that are part of the curriculum for the 4 years. So that would be available there. So make sure that you take a look at that. It spells it out: first year, second year, third year, fourth year. I do want to make mention of the fact that we do have some opportunities for students to jump into summer clinicals, which means that if you jump into a summer clinical, you actually have the opportunity to finish the 4-year degree in 3. And we do have limited seats for that. So it's on a first come, first served basis. So whoever gets the chance to sign up for that, it's pretty rigorous because you're going to school year round. So you need to kind of have the mindset to be able to do that, and make sure that, you know, you're not going to have your summers off and have that little bit of a break. But to some people, it's really an advantage to be able to get out in 3 years and then get into the workforce and start working and making some money. The other nice thing about the sequencing is there's not a whole lot of variety. You have the Kent core classes that you can select from that do provide variety, but the rest of the nursing courses are pretty straightforward. They're pretty, we call them lockstep. So there's usually a certain order that you have to take them in. There are sophomore courses you have to take before you can take the junior level courses. So that's all spelled out here in that curriculum sheet. And myself and the advisors would love to help you with figuring out your coursework and how you could move forward with developing a plan for coming to Kent State University at Stark. We love what we do here. We love our students. We love supporting them. We love figuring out how to help them become the best nurses that they can be. My philosophy is one of these days, I'm going to be sitting in a hospital bed looking up and I'm going to see one of my former students. And I want them to know that they are competent and caring and wonderful professionals. And that's what our intent is to help them to be those kinds of people. So that's a little bit about what we do at Kent State University at Stark in nursing. And I don't know if there are any questions out there that I might be able to answer for you. How do you prepare seniors for the NCLEX? Great question. So we have a required Kaplan course that seniors are expected to participate in. And we actually have one of our faculty who is an expert Kaplan instructor. And she is the one who teaches that course. And that course is provided usually, in the past, we've done it 3 Saturdays in April. And then you are able to usually take NCLEX, besides a pandemic year, usually the end of June. I can tell you that this past year in 2019, we had a 97% pass rate. So we were absolutely thrilled with that. And we feel that Kaplan is one of the best resources for you to be best prepared to take state boards. So I know there's been some concerns. How do I know if I would be a good nurse? Is it a calling? That's a great question. I guess I have mixed feelings about that. I think for some, it's a calling. I think that there are some people that know early on that they're meant to be a nurse, that that's all they've ever known. And then there are some people that go into nursing that perhaps go into it because they're not really sure what they want to do, and yet they've turned out to be phenomenal nurses. And I think you can be a phenomenal nurse if you know the expectations of what's involved. There is caring, there is empathy, there is compassion, there's a lot of hard work. It's probably the hardest job you'll ever have and the most rewarding job you'll ever have. To be able to impact a patient's life and a family in ways that you can't imagine will stay with you for the rest of your life. So for some, it is a calling. And for others, I think that they learn how to become excellent nurses. So I know that I just want to address the current situation that we're in as far as doing courses remotely. And I just want to tell you that it's not ideal. We are hoping to be able to get back into the hospitals this summer for our nursing students so that we can continue to provide incredible clinical experiences for our students. We're waiting to hear from the hospitals, and once they give us the all clear, we'll be back and doing exactly what we need to be doing for our students. So I think I got from Mike that there aren't any more questions at this time. I appreciate your time and attention. Thank you so much for tuning in. If there's anything more that you need from us, please don't hesitate to reach out. We would love to be able to assist you on this journey. Be well, stay safe. Take care.